you started posting more consistently, were your parents aware that you were posting on
This
like,
is still like we're still in the absolute don't tell. Like I wasn't like they didn't know I was doing it on YouTube yet.
Yeah.
It was still in that like frame of mind where it's like no one's like it's still a secret to me. Like it was still like my again, it was almost like I feel like I always say this, but it's like YouTube feeling like my diary in a way where it's like I get to like express myself in a way that I feel like I couldn't in real life. Because again, like in real life, like I grew up Mormon, I'm Latino, like there was a lot of
Mexican
like pressure
Mormon?
on me.
Jesus.
There we go.
That's a lot. Yeah.
So like I'm saying, like it was just so much. Like I was like so many things stacked against me that in a way where I felt like this weird immense pressure on myself. That I was like, well, YouTube is in ways like where I can go to be like myself, and like people get to see it for like who I am and experience me in a way that people don't get to in my real life. So that's why I was so adamant about wanting to start one. And I was like, yeah, for sure, I'm gonna continue it and see how it goes. And it's like my own little secret.
And your career on YouTube is super impressive. I mean, you've entertained millions of people, hours and hours on end. I mean, that's something that you can't, like, a lot of people, they struggle with loneliness or whatever they're dealing with. And, like, sometimes your outlet, like, provides them comfort and entertainment. And that's something that I think is so, like, important that other people may sometimes undermine how, giving these people this content really is, like, supporting people in different ways. And you've been so successful, it's led to other opportunities on YouTube, like the show you did with Joey Graceffa, the Escape the Night, which I remember watching that like back when it was like a thing back then.
You watched it?
16, yeah.
The one that I was in?
Yeah, I watched all of them back then. Like I was
you were in it.
A huge consumer of YouTube.
Yeah.
The reason why I started watching YouTube is because Trisha Paytas. I'm obsessed with Trisha Paytas since I was like 15 years old. Then it kind of grew from there. Like I learned who Shane was through her and like all those different people. And I was such a consumer. I created my channel like December 2019, so it's still like relatively like newish. Yeah. But I was like consuming all of that back then.
I love it.
How did you like filming that show?
It was so much fun. Like I had the most amazing time. I didn't realize like the like commitment it was because it was like night shoots and I've never done that before.
Ooh.
Where it's like you start filming at like 8 p.m. and wrap to like 4 a.m.
Oh,
5 a.m. So I was like, what the
Why
fuck?
Is that to save money on the set or is it because of the darkness or something?
Because we're outside. So it's like it can't be like daylight.
Yeah.
Like it's like you're escaping the night, so it needs to be nighttime the entire time. Wow. So it was like the thing where it's like if you get, let's say, killed off or whatever, you don't come back the next day. So it's like for me, I made it to like basically the finale. I was like the last one to make it ish. So I made it like the entire time, all 5 nights. Like I was filming it the entire time. So I was like, by the end of it, I was on fumes.
Yeah.
Like I was going through the gigs, but it was so much fun. And like, I've never been on a set like that. I never really worked in an experience like that where I was able to like be like, what is it called? Like when you're a talent, like a talent on set. Like I've never done that before.
You're like an actor.
An actor in a way. Yeah. And it's like funny because it's like part scripted, but like us, like we're not scripted at all. Like we get to say whatever we want to say, but like the show has a cadence to it. Like it flows.
Like an outline.
Yes, like they have an outline for it, but like us, we're just put in situations like you just go.
Yeah.
But it's like semi-scripted. I don't know how that
kind
really
of
works.
reality-ish.
Yeah,
too.
reality-ish, exactly.
Like
so,
competition-ish. Yeah.
And you're kind of like playing into the roles. Like I was like the record producer and like very like, I have clients back home, like that vibe. But it was really, really fun. It was so hard. But, Joey and Daniel, like, they made it the most amazing experience for me.
Did you get, like, paid for it, or was it, like, a favorite thing?
I got paid for it, but it wasn't, like...
Yeah, something, like, crazy.
It's literally, like, the minimal...
It was also to, like...
It's for fun.
Yeah.
And Daniel and Joey are, like, such my good friends, and they asked me to be part of it, and I was like, dude, yes. Like, I'm so here for you. I was like, I would have done it for free. Like, I wouldn't have given a fuck. And it's just, like, a fun thing to do, to be like, I was in Escape the Night. Like, that's cunt to be able to say, especially then... When
it's so
was
iconic back when YouTube was such a good era then. Like,
yes, when it was good. It was fire. And it was like, I was able to be obviously one of the castmates, and like during VidCon, like it was like, they had like this crazy amount of people. Like we went and did our like Escape the Night, like PR.
Well, like YouTube was like funding it and stuff at some point, right?
No, it was a YouTube Premium. It was like a YouTube Red show. So it was.
Do you pay for Premium?
Amazing. Of course I do.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we like have to. We should get it for free.
I agree, but I don't want to like really watch commercials.
No, never.
Never, right? I was like, I can't.
I don't even I don't associate commercials with YouTube anymore because of premium. Like
I do on our full coverage channel because we don't have premium on there. We just have it like on our personals.
Yeah.
And then I remember I'll click something and like commercial plays. I'm like,
oh, switch count.
There's a commercial.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Like, I always forget that they're
This is how we get paid. So Joey seems like a great guy. Super nice.
Amazing.
When it Gabbie like made this whole thing where she like just like trashed him and stuff. Do you like know her? I mean, I'm sure you've met her because like at this point, did you like you didn't have the same experience that she did?
No,
correct?
I had like the polar opposite experience of what she had apparently. But I mean, at the end of the day, like everyone has their experiences.
Yeah.
Was that what actually happened? Who knows? Like that's what her perception was of the situation. I had the most amazing experience. I had an amazing time. And being that I'm friends with Joey and Daniel, like I know so much more behind the scenes stuff of like went down, what happened, all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, it sucks. Like the situation was shitty, but for me, like I've had great interactions with Gabbie Hanna. You know, I'm not going to be sitting here and be like, she's the worst ever. Like
you can't really pick sides.
You
like,
can't. You really can't. Like
things.
I had amazing experiences with her. Like I truly did.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and like just like bash her, but I'm of course going to defend like my close friends, Joey and Daniel.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to defend them in situations like, I remember I think I said something too. Like I tweeted about saying how amazing the experience was doing Escape the Night because like I didn't want people to think that they're running this like hodgepodge production. Like it was a fucking crazy ass production, so many moving parts. And so I'm going to defend that. You know what I mean? I don't need to bash Gabbie, but I'm going to defend them.
And there's certain things, I don't know, I feel like as like an adult, like there's certain things where you like cross the line. There's no fixing that. Like in my, if I was Joey, like Gabbie had crossed the line and there was just like so much, like the series and everything. Like it was something I didn't even really watch because it was just not even entertaining to me.
Right.
But just like kind of put a bad taste in my mouth, to be honest. I just had to say that.
Which one?
Just her like how she did this whole like series shit.
Oh,
where she was, like,
like the expose.
It's just like so like just bad taste and not really done well and just like so defensive. Like when someone has to be that defensive, there's something like, you know, maybe you should like hear, you know, out the other side, because I feel like there's some things that she did that was like a little bit like, as a creator, I can't imagine doing that to another creator, like publicly and stuff.
Right.
And there's a lot of drama, obviously, on the internet. You and Laura Lee have this podcast called Full Coverage, and there's a part where it says all the juiciest gossip about all of the fools in the world. We've got those fools covered. We've been canceled. We've been canceled fools ourselves. Nothing's going to stop us from living our best lives, which I think is 100% true.
Yeah. 100%.
And like, I don't know why, I guess like in my perspective, like I've watched your content. I haven't like been like obsessed. So I like didn't really like realize you were canceled. Like, like I like have now since like seen some of the videos and things like that. And like there was the whole Dramageddon and all this drama, which I remember like consuming it back then and being like shook when certain videos dropped. But then at some points I'm a little bit like, I think when it came to like Gabriel, like I was a little bit more paying attention to like the Jeffrey, like that side of it. I don't know exactly what happened there, but you describe yourself as being canceled. Do you feel like you were canceled when you made that video?
I do. I feel like at the time I definitely felt like, I feel like Dramageddon 1 was like a catalyst for like all the Dramageddons to come. Like I feel like at the time in the beauty world, like nothing as that big had happened. Like it was like the biggest drama in the beauty like world history at the time during Dramageddon.
It was huge. I mean, I think it was something that where YouTube didn't even know what to do with it.
They
didn't want to
like
promote it. They didn't want to like be defined by it, but everyone was talking about it.
It was huge. And then of course like Dramageddon 2 and 3 happened and like those got even bigger. So it's just like we were
you
like
involved in all three?
The first no, God,
okay,
no.
you're just
I was only number 1.
Okay, the original. Yeah.
I'm the original.
Yeah.
No, but it was truly like, I felt at the time, I did feel like I was definitely canceled. A lot of people, like, I mean, I lost like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers.
I was going to ask, did you like, so followers, how about brand deals?
Oh, yeah, all of that. Lost brand deals, lost hundreds of thousands of followers, lost like just so much. And I ended up taking like a 2-month break off of like social media.
Did you like, how do you, because when you like lose all of that so quickly, like how do you even mentally like, did you just feel like your life was over in that
therapy.
moment? Yeah, you went to therapy.
100%. Yeah, I went to therapy.
Like,
I'm a big believer.
Like once a week
I've gone, yeah, once a week.
Like 2-3 times a week.
4 times a week.
Yeah, if I was like
day.
going through something like that, I mean, I would be like, it might be on call.
Yeah. No, I mean, I had gone to therapy like when I was younger and, you know, in high school and stuff like that. And I always felt like it was like a good thing for me, like just to kind of reset mentally. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I did it for 6 months where I was just like, I wanted to kind of like refocus and recenter what I really thought was important. Because I thought like when you go through something like that, you think that that's like your world, right? It's like in a way like you've built this, like you've built this career for yourself and you see it all like crumbling and tumbling down. You're like, holy fucking shit. Like years and years and years and years of work, like going to shit. And you feel like it's all going to go away. Cause mind you, at the end, like this was the first one. So like I literally was like, I'm done. Like I'm never going to be able to work again. I'm never going to be able to do anything again. That's why I'm never going to be able to come back to YouTube. So I was just like freaked the fuck out because I didn't know what to do. So I think for me, it was really important to kind of like refocus and recenter what I found important. And I noticed that it wasn't like views and likes and comments and subs. Like that wasn't like the most important thing to me.
Was it creating?
It was like my family.
Yeah.
It was like the people in my life that was the most important for me, and people that I wasn't like paying attention to as much because of being Manny MUA. You know, in a way, like when you're like a social media influencer, right? And you're like grinding, like you're like fucking in the grind.
I noticed that too. It goes like weeks and I haven't talked to my best friends.
Exactly.
And it's like I'm just like
Because you're
filming so
grinding.
much and doing so many other things.
So it's like hard because I understand the grind and like I did that to get to where I am now.
Yeah.
But like it's not the same for me now. Like I don't do that. Like I live my life and
Good,
I
like,
include
work-life
social media.
balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like I didn't. Like I was literally like, I need to be one of the biggest influencers in the entire world, in the beauty world, and and like I was, like, and I was like this huge creator, you know, at the time. But it was just like, I feel like I was like drowning in my own shit. And then once like that happened, you fall down, you stumble. You're like, wait, do I want to go back to that? Or do I want to like recenter and like refocus?
Do you think like I think during Dramageddon 1, like cancel culture was a little bit different then. It was a little bit newer. When you think about creator like cancellation nowadays, like do you kind of like believe in it, or do you have any like advice for someone who does find themselves in that position? Like, I mean, what you did, it sounded like you stepped away for some time. You kind of reset your values. So what would you recommend for someone who's now finding themselves in like some trauma?
I would recommend the same thing. Like I really would. Like I feel like for me, it's hard, right? Like social media just in general is so hard. It's so easy to feel like you're drowning in it, and you feel like, especially when you're getting canceled, like the whole world is tumbling down on you. Like it's so hard not to feel that. So when you have other things going for you in your life, like for example, like if that's your only thing going on and that's crumbling, like it feels like your whole world's over.
Yeah.
So when you focus on other things in your life and you focus like, I have amazing friends, I have an amazing family, I have all these things that's like, yeah, it's hard. It's fucking sucks. But when you're able to focus on other things, they help carry like the burden on you, like that you're having. And so I think that for me, that was really important. It's like, you know what? You have to own your shit. Like if you fucked up, like own your shit. Like admit it. You're like, you know what? Like this is it. Like this happened, and like I'm just gonna do better and move forward. And I think there's something that's really, really important about, you know, walking the walk and not just like talking the talk and being like, I'm sorry, but then like a month later doing the same shit. Like that's not like, to me, that's not change. So for me, it's like if you're gonna say sorry about something and you're gonna say you're gonna fix it, like do it.